Just here today at Robinson's of Rochdale. Quite a few different brands under this roof. Got Vosges, QJ Motor, Sim, Hero, more Sim. Got a lot of Suzuki. New DRZ there, beautiful bike. And then over here you've got Royal Enfield, which they've got quite a few of. And then in the other side, it's all Kawasaki. What have we got over here? Kiwi. So yeah, a lot of different brands all under one roof. Plenty of demo bikes as well. Going to be taking a few back. How we doing, guys? So as I was saying, we're here at Robinson's of Rochdale. As you can see, a lot of brands in here. So we've got Kiwi, Hero, Benelli, Vosges, Lambretta, Suzuki, Royal Enfield, and that's what they're letting me take out today, this beautiful Royal Enfield Bullet 350. You know this engine, you've seen this bike before. We had the Hunter 350 not too long ago. Absolutely loved it. I've been itching to get on this one or the Classic for a long time. So you know the score with these. Single cylinder 350cc engine, about 20 horsepower. Nothing crazy, but that's not what these are about. They're about going for a plod, not racing. Spec wise, I'm not sure if this newer one's got an LED or whether that's, I think that's a bulb, but I think the newer one does have an LED. Got Vibray brakes, front and back, which are basically a subsidiary brand of Brembo. Again, no need for crazy stopping power on a bike like this. Basically, it's a classic 350, but with a few different styling options. So you've got this different seat, which looks plush, and the rear mudguard as well is a little bit more squared off in the arches. Other than that, they are very, very much the same bike. I think the Classic has a little bit of a beak on the headlight as well, but other than that, they're more or less the same bike. Anyway, I think what we need to do is swing a leg over her, get her out of the traffic of Rochdale, and see what she's like on the open road. Really looking forward to this one, guys. So let's swing a leg over. First of all though, let's see what she sounds like. That famous 350 pop. Wow, lovely little backfire on the overrun there as well. Let's get her out. So straight away, first 5 minutes, we're in Rochdale Friday afternoon traffic, so quite slow moving. And honestly, she's really nice. The throttle's not snatchy. It's comfortable. The brakes are good. It's quite a torquey engine as well. Like it's surprising how much it pulls away just at low revs. But yeah, really nice so far. Obviously the nearest thing I've ridden to this lately would be the Honda GB350S, and they're very similar but different. This definitely feels like a old naked bike, whereas the GB350, it does feel a little bit more modern and a little bit wider in the stance as well of the handlebars. What's going on here? But yeah, in traffic so far, it's really nice. It's more comfortable than the Hunter. I feel like the Hunter, you're a little bit more length forward, but this, really high up bars, big wide seat. Pegs are like in front of you rather than underneath you. And yeah, such a comfortable place to be. Like you could spend full days on this, absolutely no problem. There is someone that I follow, and he's just done a tour of Europe on one of these with a bunch of other guys on big bikes, and
I mean, he will probably win him because, one, he's got the comfort. He had a big screen on as well, and the fuel economy of these bikes as well is absolutely fantastic. I believe the fuel tank on this is 13 litres, and a friend of mine that has the Hunter told me yesterday that she manages to get around 290 miles on a full tank. So yeah, smiles for miles on not a lot of money. I just look at everything on it, the gold pinstriping, chrome everywhere, that classic dash. It's it feels top shelf. And I mean, what are you going to get other than this that's in its field? You've got the Honda GB350S, but again, that's more of a, it is a classic looking bike, but I'd say it's a lot more modern, and it's a totally different feel of a bike as well. This feels like it's meant to be, I don't know, maybe ridden a bit differently than the GB. Like the GB, you can kind of grab it by the scruff of the neck and push it a bit, whereas this, I feel like this would be a great touring bike, like not in a rush, taking it easy, get out on some, you know, like B roads, A roads, and just put some miles in for a full day. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that buy this just for the look, and the only place they ever go is probably to the local coffee shop in the hipster outfit. But I like this. I think I would actually rather have this than the GB350, simply because I think the styling options and things you could do with this, there's a lot more you could do. I'm gonna knock the video off for a minute, and I'm gonna come back when we get some open roads, because otherwise we're just gonna be sat in this forever. So I'll be back in just a second. So finally out of the centre and traffic. One thing I've noticed is there is a bit of wind noise, which is quite surprising, because I've just obviously ridden over on my Honda CB500F, which is a naked bike and a little bit more length forward than this, so I thought mine would have caught the wind more, but no, I'm getting a little bit of wind, but it's nothing crazy. Like pulling up this hill now, this engine's absolutely no problem at all. It's so torquey. Like, don't let that 20 horsepower number fool you. This thing can pull. It's no race bike, you know, and it's no torque monster like a Street Twin 900 or anything, but it can pull. And I think because it's a slightly heavier bike as well for its engine size, it feels so planted. I don't think like there's anything that you'd need to change on this bike. I think the suspension's fine. Like, let's go over some bumps. I think the suspension's fine, the throttle's nice, it's not snatchy, it's very smooth. The exhaust sounds great as it is, just in stock form. I know a lot of people change them. I think there's one called the Long Punjab exhaust that a lot of people tend to put on this bike. I mean, if it's a styling option, fair enough, but I don't think it's even needed for the sound. I'm pretty sure you guys should be able to hear it as well. As for wheels and tyres, I believe it's a 19-inch wheel at the front and an 18 at the back. So again, rolls over bumps really easy. They're more or less like going on towards adventure bike size wheels. So definitely designed to go over potholes and bumps and stuff. But I mean, you know, this bike was developed and made for the Indian market. Listen to that engine. So it's going to be made for roads that are imperfect and going over gravel paths and stuff that, you know, other vehicles might not choose to cross. But yeah, coming uphill now and plenty of power coming up this hill. 5-speed gearbox. This is lovely, look at this. Would you call it an Indian British classic? Because technically Royal Enfield started over here, but how could you beat this on a summer day? Classic styled motorcycle on British country roads with the sun out. And I'll have to put the price for the bike in the description because I'm not sure of it off the top of my head, but I do know it's massive value for money and you will be a proud owner of one of these. Like, it's a fantastic bike. Let's just pull down here on some smaller lanes because that's where I believe this bike will be more at home. Oh, honestly, she handles so nice. What a great little bike. And views. Look at this. I say it all the time, you cannot beat British summertime. Can't do it. This country might be a bit grim other times of the year, but when the weather's right over here, it's beautiful. And yeah, like, this road's very imperfect, there's a lot of undulations and bumps, and she's eating it right up. Let's go up here. This is great. I could genuinely see myself having one of these. And I'm very picky when it comes to bikes, but this is a bit of me. So, other bikes in this range that all have the same engine. Obviously you have this, the Bullet 350. Look at these views. You have the Meteor 350, which I reviewed a long time ago. Might have been one of the first reviews on my channel. The Hunter 350. I'm sure there's one more. Hunter, Meteor, Bullet, Classic. Yeah, the Classic is the other one I would have other than this. Basically the same bike, but for a few bits of trim. Beautiful bikes, loads of modification options. The main reason I would get one of these, if I was going to get one would be to modify it, to change the look. Like the Goan Classic that's just come out looks absolutely amazing. That's obviously probably designed on something that someone else has done with one of the Classic 350s. And yeah, like some long distance touring I would do on one of these as well, but mainly using roads like this because this is where it's at home. But you could do it all day. Like I said, this road's far from perfect and it eats the bumps up fine. You know, the mixture between the suspension and the tall wheels, it's such a nice bike, such a nice place to be. What is this runner doing? And oh, llamas. But yeah, look at this. Beautiful British countryside, single cylinder thumper. I'm happy. So if I were to rate this bike out of 10 for what it is, not against my bike or anything else, I'm probably going to give it a strong, maybe it could just scrape a 9. Like, there's very little things that bother me about it. Like, yeah, maybe the wind a little bit, but maybe a screen could resolve that, I don't know. Because the thing is with screens, I usually find you're just moving the wind from one place to another, and it's usually where can you bear it the most. The switch gear could be a little bit better, like the stuff that they've started putting on the Shotgun and the Interceptor, but again, this bike is made at a price point, so you have to keep in mind it's not going to have, you know, all the greatest stuff on it. But yeah, I I would 100% recommend anyone that's thinking of getting any of the Royal Enfield 350s, test ride this one first. Let this one be the benchmark, because I think this is a better bike than the Hunter. The Hunter, to me, it was very short wheelbase, responsive in its steering, but a little bit too responsive. Like, it felt small, it felt like a toy. Whereas this feels like a proper sized bike. And it's manners on the road as well, because it's got the taller wheels. It's so well composed. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. I think if I had a few grand spare and I was in the market for another bike, it will probably be one of these. Let's see if I can just quickly turn round in here. Yeah, turn her on a penny, absolutely no problem. But how amazing does she look? What an absolutely fantastic bike. So give me your thoughts, guys. Would you have one of these, or would you go for the Honda? I don't think there's a lot of price difference, and there's more or less no performance difference. But you could argue that these days in this country, it's easy, just as easy to get a Royal Enfield serviced and get parts for them than it is for any of the Hondas. Royal Enfield are everywhere. They have dealerships up and down the country now. I imagine parts are in abundance. So yeah, it'd be hard to pick the Honda over this. I feel like the Honda's having a crack at being a classic, but it's not. It's actually quite a modern single cylinder bike with a round headlight, whereas this, like, look at everything about it. Like, if it weren't for the registration plate, you would think this bike was brought like straight from the I don't know, 50s, 60s maybe. She's great. I'm really enjoying it, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, I would 100% own one of these bikes, and proudly so as well. I'm only upset that I can't stay out on this bike for longer, because she is an absolute peach. Is this where the alpacas were, or the llamas? What's the difference between an alpaca and a llama? Height? Look, there's even some like little baby ones. What do they think? Excuse me, mate. What do you think of the Royal Enfield 350 Bullet? What do you reckon? No? Not for you? This is cool. I think this deserves a picture. Kickstand's a little bit stiff, but again, you wouldn't not buy it just because of that, would you? Look at it. She's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. I do love a bit of wildlife. This is perfect afternoon. Right, we're heading near to tea time traffic on a Friday, so I think we'll think about getting this beauty back, although I'm quite upset to be dropping it off. Makes me realise how much I actually like a air-cooled single cylinder. Pop, 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 pop. And away we go. See you later, mate. I can't believe that sheep was a Royal Enfield hater. maybe you thought the price was too bad. I'm sorry, I had to do it. Right, let's get a shake on a little bit. Let's see what she's like. Like, she picks up. She definitely picks up. I'm just very wary on this road because it is narrow and there's a lot of like big Toyota Hilux type things come flying down here, and this obviously is not my bike, so yeah. But yeah, I love this. The only thing that could make this ride better would be more time on the bike, maybe 5 degrees cooler because it's absolutely roasting today, and maybe an ice cream. Oh, this is unbeatable. What a feeling. So, is there any other specs I've forgot to mention? So I've mentioned the petrol tank size, the wheel size. The tyres on here are by a brand called CST, which seem to be on all the Royal Enfields. And some people will be sceptical of them because I think they're either Indian or Chinese brand. But I think they're great. I mean, obviously we're in perfect scenario situation here, where it's warm, it's dry, and the tyres are warmed up, but they don't feel any worse than the Michelin Road 5s that are on my bike. And because this bike's so planted, yeah. Alright, let's open her up. Let's go. See what I mean? If you wanted to get on the motorway or get up to speed on a road, absolutely no problem whatsoever. Nice house, by the way. I won't mind that. Yeah, she's got plenty of pull. I believe these are limited to 70 miles an hour, or at least the Hunter is. Seen a lot of people try and go about deleting the limiter and stuff, and I don't think it's possible. I think it's something to do with the cams. But yeah, them kind of speeds on a bike like this is fine. It's not a race bike, it's not a fast bike. This is your day's already planned. Do you know what I mean? You're setting off in the morning, you're not racing to get anywhere. This is a take your time, have as many stops as you want in the day for a brew and something to eat, and just, it's about being on the bike and enjoying the bike, not racing to get somewhere. Look at these views on a day like this. Never thought Rochdale could look remotely nice. But yeah, this is such a great bike, 100% value for money. Would I own one? Yes, I absolutely would. I thought this was going to be one of them bikes where I thought, oh, it's alright and it's nice to look at, but owning one, maybe not. I could see myself having one of these. And it's not often, I'll say that. I do have a certain taste in bikes, and this isn't my style, but the way it rides and the way it makes you feel when you're on it, it's like, I call it the Honda Monkey effect. So like the Honda Monkey, you're kind of like, yeah, I'd ride one for an afternoon for a laugh, but I wouldn't own one because it's 9 horsepower and, do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a novelty bike. But then you ride one and you realise that the whole time you're on it, you're laughing, and then you think, maybe I actually would have one. And that's what this is like. It makes you feel good. It makes you enjoy riding. It turns heads, like the amount of people. Look at them llamas. Do you see them stop and look? They loved it. Yeah, it's one of them bikes people will come up to you and ask you about it. Oh, what decade's this from? And you're like, well, actually, it's a 2-year-old bike. It starts conversations and it inspires the imagination as well of the rider to, make tasteful mods and do things with it that are a bit you know, different. But yeah, I'm giving this bike a solid 9 out of 10. The only things that don't give it a 10 are very pernickety things, like I said, the switch gear. But again, you could also argue that the bike's made at a price, so they're not going to put premium things like that on. And other than that, I'd be struggling to find a negative for it. For what it is, for a 350 classic single cylinder thumper, I think this is about as good as it gets. It's a lovely bike. Probably been waffling a lot today, haven't I? Watch how many heads it turns. Watch this. More interested in his missus. But yeah, I've noticed a lot of people stopping, checking the mirror, looking at the bike. Yeah, it's a great bike, an amazing value for money. So again, as I was saying at the beginning of the video, this bike came courtesy of Robinsons of Rochdale. So Royal Enfield, Vosges, Hero, Kawasaki, Lambretta, Sim, if that's how you pronounce it, Sim, Suzuki, all under one roof. Really nice guys down there. So Nick is the manager there. He's a lovely guy that got it sorted for me to come out on this today. Got more bikes coming from them next week as well. Yeah, pop down, because like I said, they sell just about everything. I would imagine no matter what you're looking for, whether it's something sporty, retro, adventure style, maybe you're on a budget, or you want something used, they will have it under that roof. They have absolutely all sorts. The brew machine's free. Yeah. So pop down. And I just want to say a big thank you to them as well, because I'm obviously quite early in my YouTube career, and to have any dealership just allow you pop in and take bikes out is really good. So thank you, Nick, and the team at Robinsons of Rochdale. I'm probably going to call the video it here, because I'm just heading into slow traffic, and I think I've just about said everything I need to say about this bike. All you need to do now is go and get yourself a test ride on one. If you're in the East Lancs area, West Yorkshire, get yourself down to Robinsons and see if Nick will let you out on this beautiful demo, or any of the other 350s. They've got demos on more or less every brand in there. So get yourself down, put your mind at ease if you're thinking of buying one but not, you know, sure on pulling the trigger. Go and test ride, go and find out how good these bikes really are, how premium everything feels even at the price. And yeah, that's all for today, guys. I'll see you in a few days with another video of another interesting bike. And thanks for watching, guys. Look after each other. If you're out on a ride, ride safe. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave some comments if you've got any questions, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later, guys.